I'm going to talk to you about creating a cover for your digital notebook. So, the first thing you're going to notice when you open up slides, you're going to see something that looks like this. Well, I'm not going to need the theme, so I'm going to close that out. And I don't need these boxes. I want this to be a clean slate. So, I'm going to go up here to slide and apply layout, and I want it to be just a blank slide. So I'm going to click blank. And that way it'll change this on every single one of the slides. Now, the next thing I need to do is change the shape. You can create a digital notebook in landscape, but to make it look more like a notebook, I like to change the shape. So I'm going to go to File, and I'm going to click Page Setup. And I'll go to the box that you see here, open that up, and click Custom. I'm going to do this in inches, and I'm going to change the size so it is like a piece of paper. So it's going to be 8.5, 8.5. And of course, I'm going to change this to 11 and click Apply. And so now then I have something that looks like it could be a notebook. So I'm going to go ahead and find something to put on the front that makes it look like a notebook. So I'm going to insert an image. You can do that going out to Google Images. I'm going to do it from here. And I usually try this first. And if I don't see something that I like, sometimes I'll go back out on the web. So I'm going to put notebook cover. And you can use this one. I'm wanting to put some pictures on mine, so I don't think I'll use that. So let's look down here and see what we can have. All right, I'm going to use this blue one. So I'm going to drag it over, and it'll automatically load up. And I don't need all of this area around here. So the first thing I need to do is crop that. So I'm going to select the Crop Image tool, and I'm going to drag this down and cover all of the white area that's there up. Now I'm going to keep the rings because I think they look pretty cool. And I'm going to drag again here and then drag again here. All right, so there it is. Now when I'm going to move this up to the corner, and I'm going to start dragging it to fill up this slide. And I want you to notice, to fill it up from the top to the bottom is going to make it go off the page. So I can leave it here and then just get hold of this area and pull it down. And now we have a notebook. So I'll close out of this. So I'm going to make this be a notebook about, I'm going to call it A Year with Roald Dahl. We did Roald Dahl last year, so I'm going to call this A Year with Roald Dahl. I wanted to put a picture on it, so what I think I will do, I think I will go up and I will type in Roald Dahl. I'll go to Google Images, and then what you can do, if you click on Tools, there is a thing on usage rights if you want to be aware of that. And you can click Label for Reuse with Modification or Labeled for Reuse. And I'll just click that and see what comes up. So here are quite a few pictures of a Roald Dahl. I would spend a lot more time looking if I was really doing this. But let's just, for the sake of time, we're going to pick this one. And I'm going to right click and copy the image. I'm going to go back to my notebook and I'm going to paste it in. Of course, it's too big, so I'll just drag the corners and resize it and decide how big I think it really needs to be. And then I'll just move it over to where I think it looks like it looks pretty good. Now then, I'm going to put a title on here. A Year with Roald Dahl. So I'm going to insert a shape to give it a little bit more color and pizzazz. So I think I'll pick this one. So I'll go right here and I'll drag and put this little shape in here. And I don't think I want to leave it white. I think I want to do something, snazz that up too. So I'll go up here to the bucket that fills that shape. And I think I'll pick maybe this color yellow. Now, there is also a line or an outline on that shape. So when you talk about the border color, if you don't want any color at all, you can click transparent, which I usually do. Or if you want there to be a colored line, I'm just going to show you this. I would pick this, but let's just look and see what you can do. Let's pick red. All right, it's really thin. You can't see it, but you can click on this area and you can make your line thicker. And so that's always an option that you can do if you want to do that. Get back on the line. All right, so now then I'm going to put my title in here. So all you do is just click inside the box. The difference between this and having, you don't have to put an additional text box in there. It's already automatically there when you put in a shape. So I'm going to type in a year with Roald Dahl. And of course, I want to spice that up a little bit. And I want to show you something. So let me select all of it. Sometimes, and you can see it always immediately puts it in the center. And you may be writing something that you want kids to read from the top to the bottom, like some kind of information. So what you can do, you can go to the Align tab and you can click up and it moves it up. This also works on a document. Down, it moves it down, or you can click the one which centers it. And let's say that I want it in the center of the page. So now it's there. And it's too small. And I'm going to pick a different text. I'm just going to grab one right now. So let's say I chose that. It's really too little. So I'm going to make it bigger. Let me start with 36 and see what that looks like. And I could use that. I might decide, hey, you know what I could do? I could make it still bigger yet and put it on the top and the bottom, have two lines. So that's what I'm going to do. Now, the next thing I want to do is add a place for the students to put their name. And what I would typically do is put another shape in. I'm going to use that very same shape. Put that in there, draw it. It would not need to be as wide, possibly. And just for fun, I may make that box red. And if your kids are real good at technology, you could let them design their own, because when you share this with them, you're going to share a copy with each student in Google Classroom, so they can edit theirs and it will not interfere with yours, or it will not interfere with another student's. Okay, so I know that text box is already there, so I can click on it, and there it is. But the black on top of that red may not show, so I would probably go up here and say, let's make that this same light color here. And when they start working on it, particularly if you have elementary kids, it probably needs to be bigger. So I can type Tricia Hesse. So let me get in this box. Change the font of that. Or what you can do, you can decide, well, when they type in there, it probably needs to be a little bit bigger. So you can kind of do that with size. Or you can let the kids, decide when they type their name in, let them pick their own font and all that kind of thing. You can also go ahead and pre-select that you want that to be centered. And so that is what it will do. Now, some teachers are afraid that, well, the kids are going to get in there and they're going to start deleting things that are on here already that you don't want to happen. Really, with some kids, I don't know that would be an issue. I think they get that. But here's what you can do. Let's say that I want to make mine where they can't edit it at all. Some teachers use the master copy. I've not gotten really comfortable with that view. That's right here. If you go up here and on the view, you put master. I'm still learning how to do that. So if someone knows how to do it, that's probably the easiest way to go. But let's say that I'm going to show you what I did. So I go up here and I'm going to download this particular image of A Year with Roald Dahl as a JPEG. And I'm just going to show you what happens. So I open that, show it in the Finder, and I'm going to go ahead and drag it out right here. And I've done this some before. I'm going to replace it. All right, so there it is. I'm going to go back now to where I was. Let me close out of this. Got to move everything over. Okay, so let's get back on our slide. So here we are. I'm going to open up a new slide. And this time, I'm going to change the background. And I'm going to choose an image. and I'm going to choose that image from here. And so I'm going to look and see if I can find that screenshot that I just took. And I think this may be it. And I'm going to open it. Done. Now look what happens. This should have taken that off. I'm sorry. I need to take that off. Now nothing on that page. They can't move anything. It's there. Nothing can be done. Nothing. So, but I think, well, I mean, how are they going to write on there? That's when you go back and you insert a text box. And you can do just like I showed you a while ago. If you want to create the things, then you can do that. Phone. See you later.